And DJ Khaled, you spineless, round-looking sewer, Oompa Loompa, Shrek looking like dirty, stinking, pigeon-infested rats. It's been 2 years of a genocide amongst your people and your children, and you still have not said one word. We need to regularly whack this man, do you understand? Because he's not getting whacked enough, and I don't understand why. We regularly need to whack this man. He might whack us back because he's that round, but we need to whack him because this man is still so shameless. And I just feel like not enough people are saying, why aren't you saying something? Because you're so afraid of losing deals and luxury and stuff like that around your life. When reports now are basically saying for his quietness on this, you're bought, you're owned, you ain't no man. What dignity, morals and values do you have as a man? Like, you're not a man. I'm so sorry, you're bought. Do you understand? You've got a collar around your neck, you've got a leash and somebody's dragging you. You're not no man as far as I'm concerned, because what dignity do you have that you're so afraid to lose the luxuries of what you have because you can't say one thing? And don't come to me about, oh bro, what if he's quietly donating? This man is a public figure. Do you understand? That is from a place that he's being significantly, his people are being significantly oppressed. There are multiple people from his background who are, in my opinion, bigger than him that are speaking out, or they're not even his background that are speaking out, and he can't even say one damn word. And it's been 2 years. His people are being wiped out. This is not a war. Like, people are being wiped out, erasure of your family tree, your biology, where you're from the way your nose looks to the way your eyes, and all of that is being erased, and you can't say one word. You're like a clown, a jester to me, just somebody who throws his people under the bus and doesn't want to say one thing and bows down. You're just a waste man. And I feel like, I always have time to discuss this, and it just came to my head today, so I wanted to talk about it.
White men like Trump need to be banished.
Not banished.
That way of thinking is real dangerous. This man literally threatened the lives of us and our families about going to vote. That is about oppressing us and keeping us down. Nah, I want to break his neck. I want to run it out of town.
And you really think this man is getting pardoned by Trump? Let me repeat that out for you again.
That is about oppressing us and keeping us down. Nah, I want to break his neck. I want to run it out of town.
Lords, let get Trump out of office. If Trump is in office, there's going to be bloodshed. I want to break his neck, is what Diddy said about Trump in a recent interview that has basically resurfaced. And basically, life comes at Diddy fast. This was said, I believe, 4 years ago, and now him and his lawyers are begging this man for a pardon. And these are some awful things. I didn't even know that Diddy said he wants to break Trump's neck. I thought that he was basically saying that I don't want this man in office, I don't support him, and etc. I don't support his views, and kept it at that. But this man basically wants to end Trump's life. And so I feel like Trump, once he's aware of this, even though the man is very volatile, once he's aware of something like this, I don't see him absolutely pardoning this man. This is why I feel like it's crazy, because Mark Geragos recently came out to say once again that it is likely that Trump is going to pardon Diddy after the sentencing. I don't think that's going to happen, guys. Kiss that dream goodbye. Kiss that dream goodbye. That's never going to work. This man is not going to be pardoned, especially making insane physical threats like this. I don't even know people who don't like Trump that made threats like this. This is the threat that you made. You've actually made yourself a target. Like, Trump would be an idiot to pardon you. I just don't think that he would do it. The only reason why I think he might do it is to distract everybody from the Ghislaine Maxwell mess. But at the same time, I don't think that he would even do it because of that, because he doesn't need to. It doesn't service him as well. But I wanted to remind you guys of that crazy interview. Guys, that's Morale Morale, daily and consistent content, guys. Let's get straight into the rest of this video. Kid Cudi is opening up in regards to the P. Diddy trial, saying that he hated it. He hated all of it. Kid Cudi says he hated every minute of his time on the witness stand in Diddy's federal criminal trial, but he ultimately went through with testifying because he wanted to support his ex, Cassie. The rapper reflected on his experiences with the Diddy case and the Call Her Daddy podcast, and he only testified because he was subpoenaed. Cudi says he told the feds actually no a couple of times to testifying, but they actually forced his hand, and he explained why he ditched a suit and tie in favor of a more casual outfit when it came to testify. Cudi's testimony centered on his brief relationship and basically in regards to the Molotov cocktail that dropped on his Porsche, and says that he was living a nightmare with Diddy and this whole entire trial because he wanted this stuff to end completely. Now, prosecution forcing this man to basically testify, I find to be interesting. This is where I feel like prosecution messed up with some of the stuff that they were doing. Why would you force this man after he's told you twice? Is it because Gina disappeared as one of the witnesses? But I felt like Maureen Comey, Auntie Maureen, I felt like she was doing too much. And I saw that in the courtroom myself when her closing statement and arguments was like 4 to 5 hours long. But I just felt like Kid Cudi's statement, I don't even believe was needed. If we really want to keep it a buck, I don't even think that his testifying and his testimony, and what he said was really that needed. I just don't. I think Cassie was the main one, as well as a few people here and there, like Capricorn Clark, but I just don't think that from what he was saying. The fact that he was forced, he's saying that prosecution forced him to testify is not a good look for prosecution, because they wasted so much government spending to get this man down on RICO, and he was acquitted in a court where a 98% conviction rate happens for RICO. Diddy was 2% of that part that overcame that. So prosecution forcing people to come and testify, and then other people suddenly, disappearing and etc. I don't know. I feel like a part of me also feels that this was just a show trial, to be honest with you. But we're going to wait and see what happens when it comes to the sentencing, and then we can take it off that and basically see what Judge Arun is going to give this person, because I just feel like he is very serious about the case, and I'm glad that Judge Arun is. Now, I want to get into this random story about David Geffen. If you guys know about him, this man and his young, basically toy boy, young husband, they are basically beefing. And I just think this story is very interesting, where David Geffen is saying that you used me for my money. Well, a blind bat could have told you that. But David Geffen is firing back. He says the guy claims that Geffen promised to financially support him for life are bogus in a textbook shakedown attempt. The billionaire responded to a lawsuit filed by his estranged husband, and Geffen flat out denies ever making assurances to take care of Armstrong, the younger husband. In obtained by TMZ, Geffen says Armstrong's claims are ludicrous and a part of a contrived attempt to humiliate Geffen in public and extract some money. Geffen says it's clearly a shakedown, but insists it won't work. He says during their relationship, he was happy to provide him with anything he asked for, putting him up for his own apartment in New York and giving him nearly unlimited spending money. But Geffen says he never promised to share ownership of any assets, boom, with Armstrong, or provide him with long life financial support if they ever separated. And now Armstrong is pissed because they did not have a prenup. And when Geffen filed for divorce in May after less than 2 years of marriage, Forbes say Geffen is worth $8.8 billion, but he's been retired for 15 years, and our understanding is he has no income other than investments and properties and etc. stocks. Any assets he got before they married will be Geffen's separate property. These documents are a response to the separate civil lawsuit Armstrong filed against Geffen, claiming that he would promise to share all earnings and property. He also claimed Geffen told him he would financially support him for life. Geffen says his written estate plans make it clear that that was never his intention, and basically completely lied. Geffen's attorney has filed a response, and we're told that Geffen's divorce attorney, Laura Wasser, brought Patty on also for a civil case. Geffen says Armstrong was treated like a king when they were together. Money, expensive clothes, cosmetic procedures, trips. Geffen claims Armstrong spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on OnlyFans subscriptions and male prostitutes towards the end of their marriage, and says the guy was happy to spend Geffen's money on himself and his friends. Geffen says Armstrong was hiding illicit drug use, regularly using ketamine and cocaine, and claimed the drug habit continued even after Geffen paid him to get treatment. Geffen says he ended the relationship as Armstrong's facade of a loving, devoted husband began to crumble, and he discovered the extent of his ex's betrayal, dishonesty, and outright fraud. He says he was faced with the reality that the man he loved was not a true partner. In the documents, Geffen claims Armstrong is still living rent-free in one of his luxury New York apartments and gets monthly payments from him. What the hell? But he says Armstrong is turning what should have been a simple divorce into a public, spectacle. So this is turning into a huge issue, guys. And a blind bat could have told you that this young man, Armstrong, is definitely using Geffen for his coin and money. And you can't rely on a man. If you're a man yourself, my opinion is maybe a bit outdated, but as a man yourself, you can't rely on another man to look after you and to be bought and paid for the rest of your life. You need to look after yourself. So even if you're dating this billionaire, you need to have your savings and etc. For the fact that you are expecting some kind of financial, relievement relievement, is that even a word? Relief from David Geffen when you yourself basically was living a life of luxury with him anyways. I just don't understand. Was that your intention when you first got with him? I believe so. I don't believe that there was pure love. Let's not be naive, guys. For the fact that you were hiring models and etc., and you're still living in his apartment luxury free, David is pissed. But David is a billionaire. That man has lawyers on deck. So I don't think that Armstrong is going to win any financial plan that he wants to receive post divorce. I just don't think that this is going to happen. I think this story is very interesting. It's kind of irrelevant to what I'm speaking about in the rest of the video, but I wanted to just speak about it. Subscribe, guys. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. It really goes a long way. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.